It's 7 o'clock. I'll call the Hamlin Zoning Board of Appeals to order. The fire exits are located at each end of the building. The AED machine is right across the hall. And please turn off all cell phones and pagers. Would the clerk please take the roll call?
Carl Rock.
Here.
Rocky Ellsworth.
Here.
Ed Hay.
Here.
Jonathan Boger.
Here. Okay, look over the minutes of the March 18th, 2024 meeting. Are there any additions, deletions, or corrections?
Motion on the minute.
Second. A motion's been made by Carl Roth, seconded by Jonathan Vogler, to approve the minutes of the March 18th meeting. Would the clerk please poll the vote?
Carl Rock.
Aye.
Rocky Ellsworth.
Aye.
Ed Hay.
Aye.
Jonathan Boger.
Aye. Motion carried. Would the clerk please show the proof of publication for the two public hearings? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Nick and Jenna Crawford, 45 Roth Gulf Road. You need a 7-foot height variance for construction of a building.
They don't appear to be here tonight. Even though they got their letter like everybody else did. So they're not here tonight.
Oh, I was hoping one of the three gentlemen I didn't recognize was one of them. What do you want to do short term, just?
I would just adjourn it, make a motion to adjourn, table it till next meeting.
I'll make a motion that we table Nick and Jenna Crawford, 45 Ross Cove, for height variance till the May meeting.
Second.
Motion made by Carl Roth, seconded by Ed Hay, to table the height variance public hearing for Nick and Jenna Crawford until the May meeting. Would the clerk please poll the vote?
I have a question first. Because they're here for public hearing, do I just adjourn it and do another public hearing? No, we're not charging them this time because of the area.
No, you already did that, you just adjourn it.
Okay.
You don't have to read
Okay, perfect.
because if anybody was here that wanted to
Yeah.
say for or against it, would be here tonight, and would know that was adjourned.
Okay. Carl Rock.
Aye.
Rocky Ellsworth.
Aye.
Ed Hay.
Aye.
Jonathan Boger.
Aye.
Motion carried. All right, the second public hearing, Anthony Romano, 630 Drake Road. Would you like to present to the board what you'd like to do? You can just come right up to the podium and explain it to us.
As we once discussed, yes, we were looking to put an addition on an existing pole barn and make it a little bit bigger than what's already there. 60 by 40?
Right, we saw, you had it staked out for us on the
Yep,
weekend.
okay, yep, thank you.
So,
We were looking for a variance for the distance off the house. We were talking about fire rate and off the existing garage, I'm sorry, that's attached to the house. So we're looking to come up with a solution to fire rate that 10-foot distance. And it's not the full length of it. I think it was about 4 or 5 feet. That was going to be in effect for that fire rating to take place. I spoke to a local jurisdiction as far as fire marshal is concerned, and he said as long as I fire rate the inside of the new addition
okay,
with that distance, it would
so
suffice his.
you're requesting a 4-foot setback variance for that distance.
Yeah, it varied between 4 and 6 feet.
What is it gonna be? Because if we give you a 4-foot variance, it can't be any
Well,
closer than 6 feet.
so
If we give you a
here's-
5-foot
here's
variance,
the
or
thing.
what was actually
So-
what was
Yeah, but we only give what's
advertised.
advertised.
Right, we can only give what was advertised.
So here's the position that I'm in referencing that, is the fact that I don't know if I can, so I went from the existing backside of structure, the detached structure. So if I go 40 feet out, it takes me 6 feet off the existing garage wall, you with me?
Well, he
But
can
I
be
wanted-
more. He
I
could be
wanted to go
less.
more, but I don't know if they can go 42 feet, you know, with a roof truss and so on, because I'm just gonna be a pre-engineered building. So that's the discrepancy. I don't know, whoever I decide to go with, which I have no clue with, because this is new to me, as far as who's gonna build the structure, I don't know if they can go an extra 2 feet or not. So, to answer your question, I'd rather have 4 foot. Give me more options. If I end up 6 feet, then it's a bonus.
Because it's advertised for a 4-foot side setback,
Let's
Which
go with
means to
that.
be 6 foot
which
away.
it's a 4-foot side setback variance.
Let's do that.
So it's 10 feet. We're
They
giving you a
require
variance
10
of,
foot.
we're giving you a variance of 4, so it cannot be any closer than 6 feet from the existing house. If we give you a 4-foot variance from
Right, that
10
puts me
feet,
at 40 feet.
so you can't be any,
They're talking closeness to the house.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
not,
you
Not
can't be
the
any
length of
closer
it.
than 6 feet from the house.
Right.
The existing, the new structure can't be any closer than 6 feet.
from the house.
Correct. That's what was advertised.
That's exactly what I'm after.
Just so that we're,
all the time.
when you all get done and you end up at 5 feet from the house, then you're.
And then, obviously, you were seeking a variance for the portion of the existing structure that was in front of the foundation.
Unfortunately, I inherited that, so I.
Right, but we're cleaning it up while we're
Thank you. Yes, we're cleaning it up.
doing this. Okay. Any questions from the board?
What was the, fire marshal's, what did he tell you to do for?
He just said I had to put a fire rating drywall between, you know, wherever the front of the building is, whatever the distance was from the backside of the existing garage, whether it was 2 feet, 4 feet, 6 feet. That's all.
It's parallel line to your house.
Parallel line, you know, just boring the inside of that. Which I was pleased with. I mean, truthfully, he said, flat out, he did the same exact thing.
Cheryl?
I spoke to 2 fire marshals also,
Okay,
the one that used to work here,
Yeah.
now works in Hilton,
Yeah.
and our fire marshal who works for Hamlin.
Yeah.
And, they would like to see, and I agree with them, that the one wall in the garage be fire rated, the existing garage.
okay,
And then in the building, where it's going to be, on the inside of the building to match.
both walls.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's fine.
The walls of the existing
And the.
attached
Yeah, I
garage
understand.
to the house.
I
You got
truthfully,
6 feet between us, so you got fire.
I wanted to
protection
finish
on
that
top.
garage anyways, so that's just gonna, I'm gonna insulate and finish it anyways. Eventually, but we'll do that section that overlaps.
Any other questions from the board? Is there anyone here wishing to speak for or against this variance? If so, state your name and address. Okay, the public hearing's closed. We'll go over our 5 criteria. Whether an undesirable change will be produced in the character of the neighborhood or a detriment to nearby properties will be created by the granting of the variance. No, from,
Another barn next door, so it's gonna.
right, in a row of trees.
Yeah,
and-
so
So,
it's not the only one in the neighborhood.
whether the benefits sought by the applicant can be achieved by some feasible method other than an area variance. Not to construct a building in that location. Whether the requested area variance is substantial. Again, not for the neighborhood.
And then the discussion we've had with the fire marshals, 3
Right.
different fire marshals, and they all have the same answer.
Whether the proposed area variance will have an adverse effect or impact on the physical or environmental conditions in the neighborhood. Not that we could see, it might improve things, because I noticed the one vehicle you have on Plank, where it must be muddy.
Yeah.
Okay, and whether the alleged difficulty was self-created, which consideration shall be relevant to the decision of the zoning board of appeals that shall not necessarily preclude the granting of the area variance. In my mind, it was self-created because he wants it. Okay, is there a motion on this, well, two variances? Okay, I'll look at Carl, or Jonathan.
I'll make a motion for Anthony Romano, 630 Drake Road, seeking relief from Town Code 520-27C, which states that a detached private garage and carport or a non-agricultural storage barn may not be erected equal to or behind the front main foundation of the principal dwelling. Also seeking relief from 520-27C for a portion of the existing garage. I'm sorry, not that one. Seeking relief for the town code that's stating that structure needs to be 10 foot away from the existing building, seeking a 4-foot variance in order to have this building 6 foot from the dwelling. The new structure is to be fire rated on the inside of the wall adjacent to the existing dwelling, as long as the existing dwelling to be fire rated per the fire marshal's suggestions. Let's take 2 secret.
Second.
Okay, a motion's been made by Carl Roth, seconded by Ed Haight to excuse me, approve multiple variances for Anthony Romano, 630 Drake Road. Would the clerk please poll the vote?
Carol Roth,
Aye.
Rocky Ellsworth,
Aye.
Ed Hick,
Aye.
Jonathan Vogel.
Motion carried. Now, do all your permits and everything with Cheryl, so that everything's legal as you do it. Because like you said, you inherited the one thing that wasn't legal.
Yeah. So my other question though is as far as the permit process, is there like a design, is there stamp drawings, how does that whole?
It depends what the value of the building's going to be.
$2.
Well, I am old, but
I'm just, so where does that parameter,
$20,000. If it's $20,000 or more, you need signed stamped plans. If it's under $20,000, you only need plans. They don't have to be signed.
Okay. So either way, I have to submit drawings on the structure. So is there a review of that to get approved?
That's me, I'm code enforcement in building.
So is there an actual, criteria that I need to follow? Does it matter if it's
Well, you know
the
what,
type of build?
it's gonna be a full building, correct?
Uh-huh.
Yes. It should be in the basic full building construction.
Okay. Do you have any recommendations as far as builders?
No, I cannot
You
recommend or refer anything.
Right.
Sorry.
Okay, I had to ask.
I wish it could, but.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So how long do I have to build this? That's my next
1 year. From the
Have a
time you
year
get the
from-
permit, you have a year.
I have yours.
Yeah, our variances are only good for a year, so.
And then the first 6 months, you have to at least put a shovel in the ground, show some kind of start.
Well, actually, I'm looking at it right now. No, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. I want to get done before winter, so yeah, so there's plenty of time. I'm just trying to understand the whole process.
Yeah, call me when you're ready to come in and I'll go through it, get your building permit application, I'll help you get it ready.
Okay,
Okay,
okay. Thank you.
you're welcome.
Thank you all.
Good luck.
Appreciate it. Thank you. I'm just gonna take a few more moments, only because I'm just bearing gifts. And I'm just being nice. I appreciate all you folks. And it's a little bit of advertising on my side, so one for you all. You use pens, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm not trying to schmooze here, butter up anybody, but you already have one. It looks similar. Thank you.
Oh, that's very kind.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Take care. Good night, folks. Thank you again.
Fall color for
Yeah.
property located at 1431 Lake Road. Could you come up to the podium and tell us what you'd like to do?
I wanna put in a 100 by 100 pole barn behind my existing, building on Lake Road. I got the big print up there if you wanna look at it, but basically, the front is Lake Road, and back would be west. These are the old railroad tracks, and Crosby's is right here. So basically, I own the property to the left, and I own the 15 acres behind also. And I'm 194 feet from the side lot of my neighbor. You will not see that building from the road. It's all blocked with buildings. My variance is to make the pole barn 20 foot high, which is the same as the building. We didn't want to make it shorter, we just wanted to keep it consistent. The variance needed would be for the height. And it's used for, basically, we've been in this building for 20 years now. And we sell barber duties, a lot of equipment on the internet. We get trucks, FedEx and stuff daily. We work 8 till 5 every day and not weekends, so we're kind of quiet in the neighborhood. So like you say, fortunately, we ran out of room. Like to spread out a little bit, so.
Any other questions from the board before we schedule a public hearing?
No, but I have something I'd like to submit.
Okay.
It's not a principal lot, it's still a principal building. Principal building along for lot, but there was okay. Oh, retail, I missed that one, okay.
Right, that's what I mean.
And it's gonna be a principal building, right?
Right, yep. It doesn't have it. Okay, thank you.
Okay, may we have a motion to get,
What Cheryl just showed me for the law, in the town of Hamlin, you don't need a variance. This is a principal building, correct?
Yes,
Okay. The maximum height is 20 feet, what is it?
It's more in that, for what he's here for, the 20 feet is the height he wanted.
Yeah, so you're allowed to have that, so you don't need a variance.
should I get one anyway, as long as I'm here?
No, you don't need one.
You're way,
Yeah, you don't
way
want-
under.
otherwise you have to pay for the public hearing next month, so.
Sounds good, thank you.
And you're all set. We found a spot in the code today, Supervisor and I did, where, the principal building, so there's different height requirements, which are greater than what you even want, and that was appealed. So,
Okay,
so you don't need
great.
You're all
it. It's
set.
nice to see you.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
Hey, I got to stay after work late today. And I'm retired, so what can I say? Great, I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Just
Okay.
come in and see me when
Yep,
you're ready for
I will.
your, permit.
Sounds good. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly.
If I mispronounce the name correctly, William Tyndall,
Correct.
would you like to present to the board?
Yeah, I'm his son, he couldn't be here today. He was looking, he took down an old pool, well, the pool is coming down, so you got that spot in the back of the yard. And was entertaining the idea of adding on to his deck And then due to pricing, a good, secondary idea that you wanna go with is doing a pergola back there, like a pre-made one, out from like Mendon, the Amish looking one. And not realizing that, already doing a down payment, that there is a code, because he already has, he just put a shed in the year prior to, I think, in Cheryl.
Yes.
So it would be, that would be the variance for a secondary structure.
So, now I'm looking at the map here, it's proposed in the same location the pool was,
Correct.
okay?
Where's the existing shed? Where's the shed there that's there now?
That would be south of the pool. On the west side of the property line.
The board does have the newest map, correct?
This one doesn't have a pool on it.
Yeah, this is.
Well, we got the pool, but it doesn't have the existing building.
Yeah, this, the old map we have
This
there.
does not, we have this one. That's the only map we have in here.
I guess we're just,
Pretty sure.
this is the map that we
Physically,
have.
sorry?
Yeah, 'cause basically, you're saying that's where the pool is now,
Correct.
and then the shed is,
The shed would be. So just
And the
south,
shed was-
southwest of that.
so we're gonna, the shed was put in,
Properly.
the setbacks are
Yeah,
all
oh, yes.
appropriate.
Yes,
We just gotta worry about
just kind of worry about
This-
the
new structure.
Yeah.
It's gonna replace the pool.
And the shed is just set on grade, it's not.
Right.
Yeah, there's no foundation to it or anything. This will be too.
Yeah.
The-
It's just, sometimes there's,
Sure.
like this gentleman that was before you guys, he inherited a property, he bought a property and the garage, the existing garage is in front of the front foundation. So if we're doing a variance,
Right.
you bring the property all into compliance, whether you have to make a variance for something that was before you guys got it.
Right.
Everything's, down the road, you don't have any issues with how come it's there. and whatever.
Absolutely.
I'd make a motion to schedule a public hearing for William Tyndall to have a second accessory structure in the rear of the property at
27.
27 Highview. And that will be on May 20th, after 7 PM.
A motion's been made by Ed Hay, seconded by Carl Roth, to schedule a public hearing for William Tyndall, 27 Highview Drive, for a second accessory building. Public hearing on Monday, May 20th, sometime after 7 PM. Would the clerk please poll and vote?
Carl Roth.
Aye.
Rafi Ellsworth,
Aye.
Ed Hay,
Aye.
Jonathan Vogler.
Motion carried.
The Saturday prior to that, so on the 18th, we'll go out after 10:30 in the morning. We meet here at 10:30, and we'll come out. If you can just have, kind of put stakes where the new structure's gonna be.
On the 18th?
On the 18th, we'll be out on the
Yes,
18th.
yes, and I believe we more or less already have that staked out.
Okay,
But I'll make
just
sure.
that way there we come, we look at
We
it,
always look at all property before the public hearing.
Sure,
and if the neighbors.
I'm sorry, that was the 18th?
Yes.
If there are any questions from neighbors, we have a good feel.
Yeah, yes, and he's already checked with them, they're, okay, obviously you need to hear from them, but,
Now, have your deadline for the application and fee is May 7th at 12 noon, so you'll need $75 plus the application into Cheryl before noon on the 7th for the publication fee in the paper. All your neighbors within 500 feet be notified.
Will you be able to get by then?
do you remember when he's coming back?
Is it 2 or 3 weeks? 3 weeks?
I could look, put my phones off.
I mean,
That's fine.
he should be back, that's 30, 35 days, yeah, he'll be back.
Okay, if not, we'll see you guys again.
he's gotta make sure the fee's paid,
$75.
$75. So is it?
I
And
think he
make
might,
sure
I
if
can
they,
see
I'm
that
not
now.
mistaken, I think he might have already paid.
I think he did
He
too,
did,
but
yeah, I think he did.
make sure that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And all I had to do was write up, no, everybody within 500 feet, gets notified, all the neighbors, but he's not concerned about that.
No. Okay, and that's May 20th for the hearing, and then we get some by.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Okay.
in this room.
All right. Thank you very much, guys.
Yep.
Thank you, nice to meet you, take care.
You too, thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Anything
know that.
from our law department?
Yeah.
She's tired and she wants to go home.
I wanted to ask you a question.
Okay, well, I'll answer.
Anything from the building department?
No, just plugging along, getting pretty busy all of a sudden. There's a couple new builds going up. So that's good. A lot of barns. A lot of barns. But that's about it.
Anything from town board?
No, the assessment, I think went better than planned. Not getting a lot of, getting some questions, but not as overwhelming as we thought we were gonna get. That's pretty good.
When we met to kind of plan out our board of assessment review, I think we scheduled 3 days. But if you have any input to public when they have questions, you're better off going to the assessor than us. You can point
Right.
things out in that. You come to us, you gotta have some really good proof. And so, because I know the assessor said some people are saying, we're bypassing you and going straight to the board.
So,
It's,
you set up a lot of private meetings, and I don't think it's, I think people I've talked to, at least in my district, seem pretty happy with the results that they want. There's some question, but nothing. They're more worried about their taxes than.
well, and I was gonna say, as a bar member, don't wait 11 years for the next reval.
No, I know.
Well, that was just, it didn't,
I know,
supervisors didn't get it done, so.
well, and
The
assessors didn't get it
The assessors
done
didn't get it
either,
done
No,
here.
we're gonna be better at it.
Yeah.
so. That's standard
Barring
motion.
no business, I move, no further business, I move the adjourn. Second.
Aye.
Aye.